what a great match this we have in store for our viewers here. Yeah, I'm hard pressed to pick a favorite.
Well, both of them are sitting. They've played 3 and they've each won 2. This is a very important match for both of these players. And you can see Kim Davenport's just won the lag, and we already know how important that lag can be.
Certainly. And I think Kim Davenport is the finest 9-ball player in the world when it comes to shot making. He has snooker skills. That's not very well known to people either. They used to play a game called payball in California on the 6x12. A tough pocketed 6x12 at that, and he was a veritable shot maker of unprecedented ability.
You can see they've come from all over the globe, converging here on Cardiff, and Kim Davenport looks like he's just come up dry.
Well, Kim is not the possessor of a great jump shot. I think he's going to have to roll out. I don't know where to. Not an easy decision.
No, absolutely, Grady. He did get one off the break. I didn't see that, but certainly the push out is going to be nominated here from Kim.
Of course, he may elect to go ahead and take a kick shot right now. But I like pushing out down towards the end rail somewhere if I'm going to push out at all for a kick shot. Just like this. Now, if he's given this shot, he has a chance to make the 9-ball, or as he kicks to the rail and then strikes the 1-ball, the 2-ball and the 9-ball might stop the forward progress of the 1-ball. He might end up with a safety. You see anything you like better?
Well, I've got a feeling Mika's going to be turning right back here. The 1 right up behind the 2-ball, so unless he can put distance between cue ball and object ball, you don't really see any merit in taking this shot, but these guys are very imaginative, and you've got obviously the reigning world champion that lists as his ambition to retain this title. And in fact, he has turned it back over. Grady, no surprise there.
No. And I kind of like leaning towards the 9-ball side of the 1 as he's looking at here, as he strikes the 1-ball. I think this is his best chance to get out of this difficult spot. Perhaps just a touch of left-hand English. Nice medium speed. Well, he hit it with some pace, made 2 balls. That shows what I know.
Really, Kim can count himself just a trifle unlucky to have not landed better on the 2, and he's bridging right over a ball as well. So things have not improved for him, and you can see his reaction. That says it all.
There's a nice replay of Kim's execution on that last shot. Now, the bigot isn't on for the 7-ball. He cannot hit the 2 thickly enough to pocket the 7-ball. The safety's a little rough. He might thin the 2-ball on the right-hand side. If he plays to hit the left-hand side of the 2-ball, he could scratch off the backside of the 7-ball. So let's see what he elects to do. Oh, that was a nice shot. He got great distance between the cue ball and the object ball. And Mika has what I like to think of as a free shot. I think he can cut at this ball towards his left-hand pocket and perhaps go 2 rails around the 5-ball and play to overcut it at that. Catch a little less of the ball, I mean, and he'll have a shot at the 3-ball if he happens to make it, and a safety if he does not.
As we call this a shot to nothing from the snooker world, Grady, and that's exactly what Mika's looking at. Little thick. That's the one thing you want to try and avoid there is the thick contact. Now, has he gotten away with it?
Well, Kim has at least a bank here. He has an easy safety to put the cue ball behind the 7-ball if that's his selection, or he could bank the 2-ball cross corner. I kind of like the safety here because you have to turn the cue ball loose a bit to get on this 3-ball. And the shot to go behind the 7-ball here is very easy. Just like this. That's a nice shot. Now he's wedged it in there pretty tightly. The short 1 rail, that's a nice camera angle too. Look at that beautiful shot of the cue ball reposing by the left-hand corner pocket there. He's going to have to go 1 rail to the end rail, I believe, don't you?
This is tough. Doesn't matter how you slice this one up. Looking at the narrow cushion, the side cushion, the 1 cushion escape. This will take some hitting.
Well, that has a habit of lengthening out when the cue ball's that close to the rail. I like elevating the cue if that's his choice. But I think his best shot's to go to the end rail. He's not even looking at that, so perhaps there's not room to go on either side of the 9-ball. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. What a nice shot.
He'd be delighted with that result.
Well, Kim has a shot here. He's got to be careful not to scratch off the 3-ball. He's taking a close look at it here. I think he can hit the 3-ball with a nice high ball, and then the cue ball goes to the end rail. I don't think he can draw it off of the 3-ball. I hit it with a straight high ball. Just like this. Good shot, but I don't think he's going to end up with much. Although this is a better than even money cross-side bank. Now, Kim is an aggressive player, Jim. I think we'll see him elect to shoot here, don't you?
Well, he spent a lot of time knocking bank shots around on the practice table, and the way he's queuing up, almost looks like he may be going after it.
It's a better than even money bank, as I suggested. Oh, he had the cut shot too available.
Well, he's going to wish that he'd gone after the bank. Look at this. Cue ball in hand, and that gift wraps it for Mika Immonen, and that's not the way Kim Davenport wanted to start this one out.
No, absolutely not. He might have tried to play a two-way shot. Perhaps he was playing the 9 also. But at any rate, the first game of ever increasing importance. I mean, the winner of the first game, I'm guessing, probably wins 65% of these race to 5 knockout matches.
More importantly, Grady, Mika looks like securing this one against the break, which is a little bit more significant given the success ratio of the breaker in 9-ball.
Yeah, do we have any stats on that? Does anybody know what it is?
Well, I'd be willing to bet it's between 60 and 70% success.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Mika Immonen looking at this 9, just begging for him now, and he does secure it, and with it takes the opening rack in this race to 5. Wing ball, bottom right corner. Watch for it, and there it goes.
All right, this he can make this going rail first. Here's another shot of the break. Another view of the break, I should say.
You can see how they pan out for him, and he hasn't landed on the 1, but again, not quite as animated as Mika. He can hit him a lot harder than that if he has to.
Well, he can go rail first here, Jim, and end up with position on the 2-ball, which is right in the middle of the table. And the 3-ball, I don't know if the 3-ball goes. He hasn't taken a look at it, has he? That's right on top of the 9-ball. I don't believe it goes anywhere.
It doesn't look like it passes bottom right. It certainly looks to be available top left near where Mika is bridging, but that would be a very good positional shot to get behind it from the 2.
Well, if he stays below straight in on the 2-ball, he will have a nice angle to go either straight into the 3-9 as he pockets the 2-ball, or down to the end rail and back up into them. Just like this, very beautifully done.
He's got a nice angle now, Grady, as you said. He might elect to take the cue ball into the 9 and 3. But what a nifty little shot played here from Mika Immonen.
Yeah, I knew he could make that rail first, but it was beautifully executed. I can't see the exact angle. I rather suspect he'll go down to the end rail and back up into it. No, he went ahead and went straight into it, and he's in good position. He obtained shape for the 4-ball.
Well, one good shot has certainly laid the foundation for victory here now. It presents itself to Mika Immonen, and this would be a dream start for him.
Yeah, 2-0 against a great champion like Davenport would be the best desirable start, obviously. No particular problem with these remaining 5 balls, except that you don't want to run into balls. Now, Earl Strickland and Buddy Hall and I all practice the same way. When we practice our 9-ball, we try not to run into balls. It seems like you can find a way to get in trouble, even in the most innocent of situations. He's all right here, but he could have ended up a little worse. He'll just come up 2 rails here, probably, and or low right English like that. And this is ideal.
Yes, he wanted to be straight on the 7 to just follow through and play the 8 bottom left.
Yeah, I don't believe the 8 goes in the side. Good shot, good shot. Now all he has to do is pocket the 8-ball, and he's in business to go ahead 2-0.
We'll know it's in before him. No doubt about that one. This 9 for a 2-0 lead. Looking rock solid is Mika Immonen, the flying Finn off the mark here in Cardiff. Well, this is a chance, a very clear-cut chance. That one available and everything in the open. Much better break off from Kim Davenport this time.
Well, I like elevating the cue slightly and coming out of there 2 rails with a little bit of low right-hand English. Going up and down the table is non-existent. That's what he's going to look at now. Coming up 1 rail is a little dicey. This is just a touch of low right-hand English. And that's perfect.
Certainly wiped its feet before entering the pocket, though.
And he'll not want to get straight in on the 3 ball because the 4 ball's up by the far right-hand corner pocket. This is beautifully done. Now all he has to do is avoid the 6 ball. You like drawing this or following it?
Well, I think this is a personal preference sort of thing. I think I'd be following through as Kim did. And
boy, see how close he came to that 6 ball.
That was the danger, without doubt, Grady. But now the hard work really has been done.
Yes, it has. Well, I always have in a rack a ball that I kind of consider to be the game ball. In other words, if I get on that particular ball, I should be out. And in this case, the 4 ball was probably that ball.
A vital rack for Kim Davenport, and he looks like securing it here.
Now he just has to hope he breaks service. He needs a good shot on Mika's break. Beautifully done. Now he'll go 2 rails here. He'll hit just below the right-hand side pocket. Touch of right English here. Or 1 rail like that. Either way, satisfactory. Matter of personal preference, really.
A much better look at what Kim Davenport can provide that time.
Kim Davenport a break.
Hi there, welcome back to Cardiff. Straight to the current world champion, Mika Immonen, up against Kim Davenport. We join it in the 5th rack. Davenport won the 4th. It's 2-2.
Oh, this is going to hurt him, perhaps, the scratch on the break.
Well, everything first rate other than that break from Kim Davenport.
Well, now the 6 and 9 are a problem here. The one good aspect of that is that the 5 ball is down by the lower right-hand corner pocket, which means that it's sitting in such a way that either side of it he happened to get on, he might be able to break out the 6 and 9.
The beauty of having cue ball in hand, Mika already knows that's the problem area, the 6-9. And what he's going to do is, in his mind right now, he's going to be sorting out a ball to either try and mature that situation and develop it. And that's assuming the 6 doesn't go anywhere.
There's no other balls lying in such a way that he can use them to break out that 6 and 9. So he's going to have to either bank the 6, I don't think it goes anywhere, or break it out as he pockets the 5 ball. Of course, the first order of business is getting proper position on the 1, 2, 3, and 4.
But already he's had a real good look at it. He knows the way he wants to attack this situation early, but he doesn't want to leave that 6 too late if he does want to try and break it out.
I think he's going to have to use the 5 ball to do that. And I'd try to get an angle where, as I attempt to break out the 6 and 9 when I pocket the 5 ball, that I don't snooker myself. If I don't break it out properly, at least I can play an intelligent safety. And this is the right angle for a right-handed player. He can reach the shot. He has the right angle to get on the 3 ball. And he, of course, is close to the 2 ball. And he just come back 1 natural rail with low right English, just like that. Now he'll have to reach over the 4 and 5 balls here with his stick and his body a little bit, he'd have to be careful not to commit a foul. This is not the ideal position for a right-handed player. You might even have to get the bridge.
Got to be careful not to touch anything. We've already alluded to that. He's tucked his shirt in.
Well,
That's
I kind of like him getting the bridge. At least you know you're not going to hit anything with your
Better
shirt.
safe than sorry.
Sure.
And Mika, lest our viewers at home, they probably don't know, this man has a little bit of a snooker pedigree.
Yes,
Brady's
he does.
knocked in about 300 centuries in his lifetime playing snooker, so the rest won't be a problem with him.
All right, he's gotten a nice angle here, in my view, meaning he could get on either side of this 5-ball. I certainly wouldn't risk trying to break the 6-ball out as I pocket the 4-ball. That's totally fraught with peril, that route.
For the very reason, Grady, because the 9 there, if he did hit the 6 dead on, he'd freeze the cue ball to the 6 and snooker himself on the 5-ball. So this is going to be the key shot right here.
Well, he's got a choice here. Does he follow down to the in rail with a touch of right-hand English and go 1 rail into them? If he hits the 9 thickly, he could be snookered. Or he could draw straight into those 2 balls. Either way is a viable option. Well, he's going to play safe, I believe. He's going to put the cue ball down on the in rail and put the 6 down here by the 7 and 8, I think.
This was always going to be the problem, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. But I like what he did. He made sure that if he didn't break him out, at least he could hit the 6-ball.
He is looking at a billiard shot here, a carom onto the 9. I don't know if that's on. And you talk about a risky shot.
The cue ball's too low for that, I believe. A little higher he would want to be. Well, he's going to take his time, and this is certainly a critical moment in the match. There's no bank shot and no cut shot here, and no great safety, and no reasonable billiard.
He went at the 9
Well, he made a
and
great
got
shot.
it. Didn't look like it was on, but Mika Immonen had it. Another look at the breakoff from Mika Immonen. Ball down, and
Well, as he snookered here, it looks on the monitor as if he is. He might be able to hit part of it. Well, if he can make it, there's no easy route to get on the 2-ball, which he'll have to clear in order to strike the 1-ball. Because he'd have to come back and forth across the table and deal with that 7 and 8 ball.
he may even be opting for a push here. It's not a, he can hit the 1 dead on, but he definitely can't attack it.
Oh, look what a nice view of the situation on the screen. He's going to twirl this a little bit, curve it from his right to left. What a gorgeous shot.
I can't even begin to tell you how great that shot was. He had to softly masse around the 2 and go after the 1.
Now this is ideal. Low left English, he'll go to the side rail below the 4-ball and back out a few inches, and he should be in perfect position to clear the remaining balls.
And this has all been manufactured by a poor break, remember? 2 racks ago from Kim Davenport. Apart from that, he's done precious little wrong. Mika Immonen has snatched the momentum right away from him.
Now the 6-ball lays perfectly for where the cue ball is right now. Once the 4 and 5 balls are gone, and the 6-ball is where I'd like to be on the 7-ball. Let's see if that's the route he elects to take. He can just draw back and get in the middle of the table here. He's going to go 1 rail here, I believe, like that.
I would have liked a little more angle, I would think. Grady, it's not ideal. He'd like to get back the right-hand side of the table.
I think he's going to force it down to the end rail and back up one rail. Like that. Good shot. Now all he has to do is make this shot. And this is one of these that we like to hit a little less of the ball than it looks like. Tendency to miss these on the fat side. All he has to do is pocket the 7. The cue ball will come out 2 natural rails. Just like that. Beautifully done. Now he can draw this straight back, I believe. I don't think he has an angle to come 1 rail. Yes, he does. Okay, he's in business. And he's going to go ahead 4 games to 2. And for Kim Davenport, this is about his last hurrah.
Well, they're coming in pairs here in Cardiff.
All right, he made the corner ball on the break. He's going to be snookered here on the 1 ball, though. And he's going to have to roll out, and I'm not sure where I would pick here.
Well, this is any time the ball is near the pocket. That makes the rollout that much more difficult. But these are desperate times right now for Kim Davenport as we see the break again and his eyes darting around the table to see how the balls finish.
Well, if I see the lie of the 1 ball correctly, oh, he's looking at shooting at this. I like rolling out by the right-hand side pocket where the ball isn't sliceable. And in that fashion, I'd probably get the shot back. And if I did, I would at least have a bank at it with the opportunity to run out if I made the bank. Or there's 2 or 3 ways to play safe from that position.
He's looking at that right now just to feather that cue ball over towards that side cushion. Bottom one as we look from our overhead perspective. Either way.
Well, the 1 ball is not in the big ball position, which I always ascertain to be 1/8 of an inch to about 1/4 of an inch off the rail. If that were the case, I might consider rolling out for a kick shot at the 1 ball.
You know, Grady, just having a look at the balls, though, that 5 and 9 wedged together there may be the insurance policy for Kim should a mistake creep in, because it's going to be a difficult clearance from this position.
Yeah, it looks like that billiard is easier than the one that Mika made earlier, though. From this vantage point, I could be a hair off in my assessment of that.
Push out called.
Well, he's electing the push out, and he may be pushing into an area.
He may be pushing out for a jump shot or a kick shot. He's going to jump this, I think, if told to shoot again.
Well, Mika didn't bring his cue with him, so I wonder if that says everything. Mika's pretty good at jumping the ball too, Grady, and if he sees a possible jump shot here, that wouldn't surprise me if he took it on.
Well, this shot's kind of hard to jump because it's difficult to reach it at the right angle because this ball is a good 2.5 feet towards the middle of the table. Are you able to do this shot with pretty good regularity? I'm not, of course.
I got no chance. Coming from a snooker background, you try this once in snooker and that'll be the last time you try it. But
well, he's going to do this with his regular cue. How about that? If he takes it.
He's going for his jump cue.
Well, as you suggested, this is one of his fortes.
I remember him playing a few shots last year in this tournament that really opened the eyes of a lot of players, because most of the Europeans don't jump the ball. The Americans really do jump the ball well, and certainly the Filipinos, not even close to the Americans in that capacity, but they play the kick shots better than anybody in the world.
That's true. I don't even think Efren has ever owned a jump cue. All right, here we go. What's tough about this shot is that you have to hit the 1 ball the right degree of thickness in addition to getting the cue ball up and over that. Oh, what a great shot.
He will be absolutely delighted with that. And that was an instance where Kim Davenport gambled and may have lost. But look at this effort.
Well, that's a shot for the highlight tape, my friend, isn't it? What a gorgeous perpetration of a difficult shot. He's already looked to see if the 5-9 billiard is on or if the 5 ball passes the 9. Now this isn't so easy either. He has to avoid the 4 ball here. And there's 2 or 3 ways he can do that. He's going to try to draw around the left side of the 4 ball as we view it and then back like this above the 3 ball.
And if that 3 doesn't pass,
he's got a problem, doesn't he?
He really hit that ball well. Just feathering the 3 might have taken him out of position, but again, he's having such a good look. Looks like he's got the bottom half of the pocket.
Yeah.
But that looks a lot easier from our camera angle than it's going to look to Mika.
Well, the hard part about this shot is when you cut an object ball of that nature to your right, it puts a little left English on it, which makes it grab a hair thick, and it curves it slightly from right to left, making this shot even harder. Takes a really good hit, even though the cue ball is close to the object ball. I think he'll make it, though. No, he didn't. I knew that was harder than it looked. In retrospect, Jim, he might have been better advised to play safe. What do you think?
Well, he was a long ways away from that one. And he's left a chance for Kim. So that problem area, the 5-9, is what Kim Davenport is surveying right now.
Well, he needs this rack, then he has to hope to get a shot on Mika's break, and then he has to close out with his break on the last game. He needs 3 in a row.
Well, what's important for Kim Davenport is that he leaves a nice angle on this 4 to come down to attack that 5. So he'll just roll this one in and leave a nice angle off that side cushion. And now he really has a lot of options. He can screw this or draw it into that left-hand cushion and try and develop it, and that's assuming it doesn't go.
Yeah, assuming it doesn't go, I think he's playing the billiard. He just took a quick glance at it. Well, he's elected to go into the balls. That's beautifully done.
Great shot from Davenport there.
Now he'll go 2 rails up and down the table. Not too difficult a shot. No English really here. Just like that. Well, it's just as we had hoped, Jim. A close, exciting match, and that's exactly what we expected from these 2 great champions.
Well, there was no way Kim Davenport was ready to throw the towel in yet, Grady.
No, they're both great fighters, these 2 young players.
Taking a lot of time over every shot. He knows the importance. And this to get back to 4-3 and confirmation. Kim Davenport just 1 rack behind now, Mika Immonen.
Oh, look at that. He squatted the cue ball in the middle of the table.
And if he gets a shot at the 1, and it looks like he does have it, this is going to be anxious moments right now for Kim Davenport, because he's in the most helpless position in the arena. You don't score many from your chair.
Well, this is a tough shot. Even if he can see it, the 9 ball interferes with this bridging of the shot. And if he uses low right English, he could get into trouble. He could foul the 9 ball. And following the cue ball out of their 2 rails is tough also. The 2 ball on the lower left-hand side rail. What's your choice here?
Well, he's got to go for this. I'd like to see him just play it with a lot of top and swing it around over to the left-hand side of the table. But Grady, you know, for my money right now, this is the toughest shot he's going to face.
Right, exactly. I think he's going to draw this. Maybe a just below center ball, touch of right English. That's a good shot. Now, if he does this correctly, the 2 ball is probably the match ball. The 3 ball lays perfectly for him to come over 1 rail to get on it. The problem here is that a touch of left English is the most natural to pocket the 2 ball and get over to the side rail, but then he runs a problem with that 4 ball and 7 ball.
This is just straight across the table. Right across the same side of the table for the 3.
Oh, beautifully done. Nice shot, nice shot.
Well, he slightly overhit that. And there, well, I guarantee you can see him. His heart skipped a beat there. That was close to being perilous for Mika Immonen.
Well, that was a lot harder shot than it at first appeared. To make the cue ball go straight back and forth across the table is a talent that any up-and-coming player must have, and I would suggest strongly you practice it religiously. But in tournament play, it's a lot more difficult. The lights are hotter, the pressure is intense. Well, he looks like the same guy that won the world title last year.
He's taken his chances just a little better than has Kim Davenport, and that's the reason he finds himself coming down the home stretch here towards the finish line in this match.
You like going 1 rail down to the end rail and up here?
Just keeping the cue ball in the center of the table.
I think he's got an angle to do that. just like this. By doing it in that way, he makes the 4-ball 100% of the time. He gets position 100% of the time.
He's got a nice angle here to just swing the white off the 2 cushions back again into the middle of the table for the 7 to the side.
Right, a little low left-hand English, just like this.
And Mika Immonen is going to go 3-1 in his group and in a very commanding position.
Well, Kim had his opportunities. Really, I think that Mika played a hair better than Kim. Wouldn't you say, Jim?
I agree. I think the score line is going to be just.
Yeah, it's about indicative of how the match transpired.
This 9. And the much needed 2 points go the way of the reigning world champion,